It's over. The Men's Volleyball World Championship has come to an end, and today we take one final look back, this time focusing on the standout personalities of the tournament.
Let's begin with the 7 players who were selected for the tournament's All-Stars team. At the very top of the list stands Italy's national team setter, Giannelli, not just because his sets are so precise and unpredictable that even a watchmaker might envy him, but above all because, as the architect of Italy's offense, he achieved the most important goal, leading his team to the World Championship title.
Then we have 2 more members of the All-Stars 7, both in the role of outside hitters. First and foremost, Bulgaria's Alex Nikolov, and I dare say he was the best outside hitter of the entire tournament. Why? Because out of all the attacking players, he had the toughest task during the final stages of the World Championship. What do we mean by that? Every opponent of Bulgaria knew, if you want to beat this team, you have to break the Nikolov and Nikolov brotherly duo. And so Alex Nikolov played those decisive moments as if he were standing against the entire world. That's exactly what makes a player a hero.
The second outside hitter in the All-Stars team is Italy's Michieletto. He has been a key attacking force at every recent championship, but let me ask, isn't it remarkable how this player, despite his towering height, manages all the other volleyball skills so well? Those are often the weak point for players of such size, especially serve reception, and without it, an outside hitter simply can't function.
Now for the middle blockers. Bulgaria's Alex Grozdanov didn't earn his place in the All-Stars team by accident. After all, who else blocked more opponent attacks throughout the tournament? 18 to be exact. And that's a number worthy of respect. Of course, it's part of his job description. A middle blocker's task is not only to attack through the center, but above all to build a wall against the opponent. His blocking technique and ability to read the attacker's intention before the hit were key pillars of Bulgaria's success.
Then there's Poland's Jakub Kochanowski, a middle blocker and the only All-Stars team member whose team didn't reach the final. Why was he selected? Because of his consistently excellent attacking performance, despite standing only 199 centimeters tall, not exactly towering for his position. He also represents a new generation of middles who have added the jump serve to their standard arsenal.
Yuri Romano fills the opposite hitter role in the All-Stars 7, the position traditionally reserved for volleyball's finishers. When the team is in trouble, who else gets the ball with a silent plea? Save us. That role of the tough guy fits Romano perfectly. In the decisive moments of the semi-final and final, he did exactly what was expected, attacked relentlessly and served just as mercilessly.
And finally, the last IT, but only in order, not in importance, the one who steps onto the court to take the hits and has to absorb them all. Yes, we're talking about the libero of the Italian team. Fabio Balaso was everywhere the opponent's missiles, in both from serve and attack, landed. Model technique, anticipation, and above all, relentless fighting spirit have long made him one of the best liberos in the world. So that's the All-Stars team. Now for our own picks. Let's start with Simeon Nikolov, the biggest attraction of the entire tournament, a player who captured the attention of kids and adults alike. Tell me honestly, have you ever seen an 18-year-old setter lead his team all the way to a World Championship final? I haven't. On top of that, Nikolov is 209 centimeters tall, which sounds like a paradox for a setter, but he proves that height isn't a limitation. On the contrary, he has excellent technique, speed, flexibility, and above all, an instinct for the right tactical decision. Add to that his outstanding jump serve and constant threat of a second touch attack, and you've got a player the world only sees once in a long while.
Another outstanding setter who caught our eye during the championship was American Christensen. But to be honest, he's long been a pillar of the US team. You'd be more surprised if he didn't play well. It's clear that the Americans are building a new squad for the 2028 Olympics, which they'll host on home soil. In Manila, they already showed a very promising performance. But for now, this young group still needs a player like Christensen to take the reins when things get tough.
And then there's the biggest surprise of the entire tournament, the Czech team's fourth-place finish. Since the International Volleyball Academy is based right here in the Czech Republic, it would be a missed opportunity not to highlight the stars of this squad. First and foremost, Lukáš Vašina. We've mentioned him many times in previous episodes, and with good reason. As the leader of the Czech team, he added another major achievement to the one from 2017, when he led the junior national team to the European Championship title. He has two key strengths. First, he knows how to find a solution in every situation. And second, in addition to attacking, he serves and receives excellently. Among the great personalities of the tournament, we mustn't overlook Poland's Wilfredo León. It's true, the Poles are used to bringing home gold or silver from championships, so bronze might feel disappointing to them. But come on, can you really ignore León? He's the kind of player you'd mention even if his team had finished 10th.
Italy's middle blocker Russo somewhat fell victim to the simple fact that you can't have 6 Italians in the All-Stars team, and there are already 4. So the middle blocker spots went to Bulgaria's Grozdanov and Poland's Kochanowski. But still, Russo was without question one of the best players at the net during the tournament.
And to close, I'll highlight 2 players from the Czech team. First, Antonín Klimeš, who burst onto the scene at the championship like a bolt from the blue. He's a young player, barely out of junior years, and only in his first season in the Czech top league. But the volleyball world already knows opponents will have to keep an eye on him. And now the most important Czech player, libero Milan Moník. Why the most important? Because if the Czech team stood out for anything, it was character and fighting spirit, and Moník embodied both like no one else. The energy he brings not only to his performance but also to the atmosphere and unity of the team is truly admirable. And I'll say it plainly, I can't recall a tip that he didn't dig. And when needed, he also received for himself and for others. In short, the spiritual leader of the team, the engine without which the whole machine wouldn't run. At the final press conference, the leadership of Czech volleyball didn't forget those of us who support these kinds of successes through our work with youth. So the creator of this YouTube channel can quietly smile, knowing that even his small contribution played a part. And with that, we close the final episode dedicated solely to the World Championship. Of course, we'll return to it from time to time, but only as part of other topics. For now, let's look forward to the European Championship coming next year.